Hey team! So I wanted to create this video for us to explain the new Color Street compensation plan as clearly as possible. In this video, I'm going to be covering the brand new Color Street ranks. And because much of the Color Street compensation plan centers around these ranks, we're going to be covering a lot of information. But for simplicity's sake, I am not going to be covering every little detail and every little aspect of the new comp plan that is outside of this rank system. That's another video for another time. And I know if you're like me, if I would try to just explain these, it would be so confusing. So I wanted to create this video and these visuals so I could try to explain it in a way where you come away from this training with as much clarity and comprehension as possible. And before I dive into all of this, I just want to remind us that as we grow in our journeys here at Color Street, we will become more and more familiar with this compensation plan. You do not have to understand every little aspect of the comp plan today. As we move forward in the months ahead, you will start to feel like you have a better understanding and a good grasp of the compensation plan. And as always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to your upline, feel free to reach out to me. That is what we are here for. We really want you to feel confident in the new plan and know where you're at and where you want to be. That way we can all really grow during this time. So you ready to do this? Let's dive into the compensation plan. Okay, ladies, so as we walk through the comp plan, I hope that this helps bring some clarification and just a little better understanding of our brand new comp plan. I really felt like this was going to be the very best way that I could share with you the new comp plan in a way that's visual. You can see exactly what I'm talking about. I can point out things better. I really want us to have a good grasp of the comp plan because this is how we understand how we're getting paid, where we're getting paid, what kind of goals we need to set. So it's a very important part of having a successful Color Street business. If at any point you feel like you've understood where you're at and where you want to be, don't feel like you have to watch through every single rank. The last thing that I want this video to do is to make things more confusing and feel like you are even more overwhelmed with information. Obviously, if you want to watch through all the ranks, you're more than welcome to. You can see what is required for each rank, the benefits of each rank. I know for me personally, I am motivated by seeing these ranks and things that I can work toward. But I also don't want you to feel overwhelmed if you're brand new to Color Street and you're going through this for the first time, or maybe we are still in that transition period as we are, as I'm filming this video. I don't want you to feel like you have to understand every little part of it. So again, if you get to where you feel like you've understood where you're at, where you want to be, and that's all you want out of this video, that's awesome. I don't want you to feel like you have to watch the entire video or feel overwhelmed that you need to know every single aspect of the comp plan. And if you have any questions along the way, just pop them in the comments below or message me and let me know, and we will be sure to get answers for you. So with all that being said, let's dive into the ranks. Okay, so our first rank in the compensation plan is the qualified stylist rank. So this pink dot with the name April on it, this is going to be our mock stylist that we're going to use throughout this compensation plan video. I thought it was appropriate to name her April since the new comp plan is rolling out in April. So April is going to be our stylist we're going to be following throughout her journey here in Color Street and as she advances in the ranks. So Miss April here has 300 PV. And one amazing thing I want to point out here is that 300 in PV, that's personal volume, that's your personal sales. So she sold $300 worth of Color Street from her website. So this $300 is the personal volume requirement for every single rank in the entire compensation plan. All the way up to 3-carat diamond national executive director, that stylist only has to do 300 in personal volume. So this is an amazing aspect of the compensation plan. There's a lot of direct sales companies out there that the higher you go up in ranks, you have to sell a lot more, and it becomes a lot harder to hit those ranks. So this is one thing that I really love about the Color Street compensation plan, that across the board, we can all have our goal as 300 PV. And once you get in the habit of making sure that you have a customer base that supports that 300 PV goal, You can continue that on through your entire career here at Color Street. As a qualified stylist, you have the added potential commission of 2% on level 1. So anyone that is directly below you is considered your level 1. Next we have senior stylist. So April has hit 700 in group volume. Now group volume is the number of sales that she and her team has done. So this is her sales on top of her team sales if she has a team. If she doesn't have a team, she can get that 700 group volume all by herself. If she does have a team and some of them have gotten sales, then those sales count toward this group volume number. But again, you always have to have the 300 PV, but that extra 400 could also come from your team. You can see here she gets an additional commission of 3% on level 1. Again, that's the people directly underneath you. Next is elite stylist. So April has now hit 1,200 in group volume for the month. She gets an additional 4% on level 1, and the group volume still works the same, where as long as she has gotten her 300 PV, the rest of that volume can come from her team. Next is team builder. You can see April has recruited a stylist on her team, so Miss Amy is now part of April's team. She is considered her level 1. April has gotten 2,000 in group volume, and Amy became qualified stylist. So April will get 6% on level 1 where Amy is at, and she will get 2% on level 2. So if Amy recruits someone, that will be April's level 2, and she will get 2% on all of those sales. And I just want to note here that April likely has other stylists on her team. Amy's the only one showing up here because she's a qualified stylist, and the other stylists haven't hit qualified yet. But that 2,000 is probably not coming just from April and Amy. Any sales underneath April and April sales all combined make up that 2,000. So I don't want you to think that it has to be April and Amy only making that 2,000. That's a lot of sales. That is probably not coming just from April and Amy, though it could. It's likely that she has other teammates under her that are helping them to reach that number. So I just wanted to point that out real quick. Now April is a senior team builder. So April has hit 3,250 in capped group volume, and I'll explain in a second what capped means. And she has 2 senior stylist legs. She has Amy, and she now has Abby. So these girls have both hit senior stylist level. So what capped group volume means is that we do not get all of our sales from one leg or the majority of our sales from one leg. Color Street wants to make sure that we are building our team across the board and not just growing one really strong leg. That's a precarious way to build your business, and also it can detract from the growth of your other stylists. So up until this point, there was no capped volume. Senior team builder is where the capped volume requirement starts. And I can go into this in more details in the comments below if anyone has questions. But for the purpose of this video, capped group volume basically means that you cannot have more than 50% of the needed group volume requirement coming just from one leg. And I don't want you to get bogged down with this. I have personally not seen this become a big challenge as you grow your business. It seems to sort of happen naturally because of the requirements of the people under you. But I wanted you to understand what that was, and it's definitely something to be aware of and to understand. So April gets 7% on her level 1, which is Amy and Abby and anyone else that she's recruited. And she gets 4% on her level 2. So if Amy or Abby has anyone under them, she will get 4% on all of those sales. So you can see that this quickly adds up and what a potential there is for income as you grow your team. Next we have team leader. April has 5,500 in capped group volume. She has 1 team builder leg, and she has 2 senior stylist legs. She gets 7% on level 1, 5% on level 2, and she gets 2% on level 3. So with Beth here, if there's someone under Beth, that would be her level 3. I hope these levels are making sense. If you have any questions, again, let me know in the comments below if you need clarification on anything. That is what I am here for. I'm going to try to keep this video as brief as possible. I know there's a lot of information to cover, and we're going to try to get through this with the least amount of information overload as possible. But if you need clarification on any of these elements as we walk through the ranks, that is what this video is about. So let me know in the comments below, and I will hopefully be able to explain it better. And I want to just show you as I go through this, I have made each level a specific color. So you see level 1 is all this teal color, level 2 is purple, and as we go to the other levels, you'll see they are a different color as well. The ladies' names on her first level all start with the letter A. Her level 2, everyone starts with the letter B. Level 3, everyone starts with the letter C. You get where I'm going with this. So hopefully this helps a little bit in understanding the levels and a little bit of how that works, just an extra visual so you can see more easily how this works. Okay, we're going to go through these a little more quickly now. April is now a senior team leader, which means she has 10,000 in group volume. She has 1 senior team builder and 3 senior stylist legs. She now gets 7% on level 1, 6% on level 2, 4% on level 3, and 2% on level 4. And this is what she gets across the board on these levels. The people on this level do not have to hit a specific rank in order for her to get this commission. This is what she gets whether they sell $30 or $3,000. She's going to get this percent. You see she has a senior team builder with 2 senior stylist legs, and she has 3 senior stylist legs. And one other cool thing about this rank is starting from this rank on, you will always only need 4 legs. So even all the way up to 3-carat diamond national executive director, you only need 4 legs to hit that level. So if you think of it that way, it's so much less overwhelming to think of all the people you have to recruit, because you really only need 4 legs to get to the very top of the Color Street compensation plan. And starting from this rank forward, all the way up to the very top, the ranks that you need for your team in order to hit that level is a rank that is 2 steps behind you, 1 person at a rank that is 2 steps behind you, and 3 people that are at a rank 5 steps behind you. And they don't have to hit that rank exactly. If it's that rank or higher, that's fine. But in order for you to hit any rank from here on out, you will only need 1 person that is 2 steps behind you in ranks and 3 people that are 5 steps behind you. This was really helpful for me to understand, because before, when I would look at the compensation plan, it was a little confusing about, okay, I need this person here, and I need that person to hit that, and I need 2 people over here. But now it is so much more simplified that you just need 1 person, 2 ranks behind you, 3 people, 5 ranks behind you, all the way to the top. So moving on, our next rank is director. April has 17,000 in cap group volume. She has 1 team leader leg, and she has 3 elite stylist legs. She gets 7% on level 1, 6% on level 2, 4% on level 3, 3% on level 4, and 2% on level 5. She also now gets 2% of Generation 1, and this is where the generations start, which is amazing because we used to not be able to get this generation bonus until a much, much higher rank. So a lot of people are going to have a lot of opportunity to earn more income that wasn't available before. Okay, so we have April here, and then we have Abby, Alice, and Andy are all elite stylists, but Amy now has hit team leader. And I'll explain generations here in a minute. Our next rank is senior director. April has 30,000 in cap group volume, 1 senior team leader leg, and 3 team builder legs. She gets 7% on level 1, 6% on level 2, 4% on level 3, 4% on level 4, and 2% on level 5. She now gets 3% on Generation 1 and 1% on Generation 2. And this is where I can show you the generations. So April now has Abby, Alice, and Andy as team builders. She has Amy over here as a senior team leader. And a senior team leader is where your generations start. So every senior team leader on your entire team is going to be a new generation for you. So I have placed these stars around Amy, and you'll see throughout these ranks, I have stars around the senior team leaders or anyone that creates a new generation to help explain this better to you. But since Amy has hit senior team leader, she is April's generation 1. So she gets 3% on the entire amount of sales that Amy's team is bringing in. So you can see there's a lot of potential for added income. So next is Elite Director. April is moving up in these ranks. She has 60,000 in capped group volume, 1 director leg, and 3 senior team builder legs. So you can see as an Elite Director, April gets 7% on level 1, 6% on level 2, 4% on level 3, 4% on level 4, 3% on level 5, and 4% on Generation 1, 2% on Generation 2, and 1% on Generation 3. Okay, so I want to show you this. In order for April to hit Elite Director, she needed Amy as a director, 2 levels behind her, and she needs 3 senior team builders, 5 levels behind her. But I want to show you this. Abby has hit senior team builder, but Alice has only hit team builder. But Bella has hit senior team builder. So the highest person on any leg is what your leg counts as, which is really great because that takes the pressure off of Alice to hit senior team builder. That's fine if she just wants to be a team builder. If she doesn't have any goals to grow larger than that, that is completely fine. But Bella has higher income goals for her Color Street business, and she has hit senior team builder. So you never are stuck if your direct enrollee is not interested in building a team. If someone she has enrolled is growing her business, that will still count as the leg needed for you to rank up. So even though Alice has only hit team builder, because Bella hits senior team builder, April has her 3 senior team builder legs that she needs. Next is Executive Director. April has 120,000 in capped group volume. She has 1 senior director leg and 3 team leader legs. She gets 8% on level 1, 6% on level 2, 4% on level 3, 4% on level 4, 3% on level 5, and she gets 4% on Generation 1, 3% on Generation 2, 2% on Generation 3, and 1% on Generation 4. And you can see here she has her senior director leg, and if you've noticed, Beth here has hit senior team leader. So remember how we made note that senior team leader is the rank that the generations start at. I'm going to try to explain this without getting too complicated. So Amy, as we know, is April's Generation 1. Beth, since she has now hit senior team leader, is now April's Generation 2. So April gets a Generation 2 bonus on everyone in Beth's entire team. So anything that Beth's team brings in is considered her Generation 2 leg. Amy is still her Generation 1, so anything under Amy that's not on Beth's team is still April's Generation 1. And you can see here that Bella is still continuing to crush her Color Street business, and she is a team leader, so she makes that 3rd team leader leg needed for April to hit Executive Director. And our next rank is Senior Executive Director. April has 240,000 in capped group volume. She has 1 Elite Director leg, and she has 3 Senior Team Leader legs. She gets 8% on level 1, 6% on level 2, 4% on level 3, 4% on level 4, and 3% on level 5. And I just want to make note that from here on out, these levels stay the same, all the way up to 3-carat National Executive Director. These levels stay exactly the same. She's still going to get more on the generations, and there are some added bonuses as she ranks up. But I just wanted to make note of this, that this part of the compensation plan, these levels, this stays exactly the same from here on out. We now have 3 more senior team leaders. So we have Andy, we have Bella, and we have Abby. And these, now they have the yellow stars around them. They have now hit senior team leader. They are now April's Generation 1. So April now gets that added generation bonus on everyone on Andy's team, everyone on Bella's team, and everyone on Abby's team. Obviously, Alice and Brittany do not count as a Generation 1 because Bella is the one who has hit senior team leader, and everyone under her and on her team is part of April's Generation 1. So April now gets 5% on everyone in Abby's team, 5% on everyone in Bella's team, 5% on everyone in Andy's team, 5% on everyone in Amy's team except for Beth, which she gets the generation bonus of 3%. So you can see this is an amazing extra bonus that Color Street has given us. Our next rank is National Executive Director. April has 480,000 in capped group volume. She has 1 Executive Director leg and 3 Director legs. Her commission from her levels stay the same. She has 5% on Generation 1, 4% on Generation 2, 2% on Generation 3, 2% on Generation 4, and 1% on Generation 5. And here on out, the commission from her generations also now stay the same. So from here on out, all the way to 3 Carat Diamond National Executive Director, she will get this percent commission from her generations. But if you've noticed, we have now added width bonuses. So for this level, on generations 1 through 5, after your 2 strongest legs, so all the legs after your 2 strongest, generations 1 through 5, you get 0.5%. And that might seem like a small number, but it's going to grow in the ranks ahead. And also, you would be amazed at how much this adds up when you have generations 1 through 5 and you're adding all of their sales together. This is a very sweet little bonus. Okay, so April has an executive director leg. And you can see under Beth, Candy has hit a senior team leader leg. So we have another senior team leader in the house. So she has these blue stars around her. She is Generation 3. Generation 1, 2, and 3. And Andy is a director, Bella is a director, and Abby is a director. Next is Sapphire National Executive Director. She has 1 million in capped group volume. She has 1 Senior Executive Director leg and 3 Senior Director legs. And the commission from her levels and her generations stayed the same. Her width bonus has now gone up to 0.75%. So we have a Senior Executive Director, and as you can see, I have taken the names out because this is getting smaller and smaller and hard to type those names in, and it's going to be hard for you to read. So we now just have the rank titles, but I've continued on with the colors so you can see the levels. So all the teals are April's level 1, all the purples are her level 2, all the gold dots are her level 3, the mint green are her level 4, gray is her level 5, and this last recruit down here is pink, and that is level 6. So I hope these colors help bring some clarity as to what are the levels. The next rank is Ruby National Executive Director. April has 2 million in capped group volume. She has 1 National Executive Director and 3 Elite Director legs. Her width bonus has now gone up to 1 after the 2 strongest legs. You can see this is National Executive Director leg and 3 Elite Director legs. Next is Emerald National Executive Director. April has 4 million in capped group volume, 1 Sapphire National Executive Director leg, and 3 Executive Director legs. She gets 1.25% on her generations after her 2 strongest legs. Okay, so we see here that as an Emerald National Executive Director, April has 1 Sapphire National Executive Director and 3 Executive Director legs. Next we have Diamond National Executive Director. She has 8 million in capped group volume, 1 Ruby National Executive Director leg, and 3 Senior Executive Director legs. Her width bonus is now 1.5. And you can see her team here. She has grown to be quite the leader. But remember, April started as a qualified stylist. She worked her way up to Diamond National. Everyone starts at qualified stylist. And I just want to remind us of this because as we look at this, this looks like a lot of people, right? And I just want to remind you of where April started on her journey. Remember, we were back with her when she joined Color Street. No one is given a business like this, a team like this. There is no other way to reach Diamond National Executive Director or any rank that you have set as your goal without working through the ranks and building step by step. And that is the point of having a rank system. That way you can continue to set goals that are achievable, that are attainable, and work your way up to whatever that rank goal is that you have for your Color Street career. So while this looks like a huge team, and it is, and it's an amazing accomplishment that April has achieved, she had to start as a qualified stylist and work her way up through each rank. She could not have gotten to this level if she had not done that. And in Color Street, I absolutely am confident that with time, dedication, patience, hard work, understanding the business, you can reach any rank that you want to reach in Color Street. But I don't want you to get overwhelmed by seeing these huge ranks and forget that the way to reach these ranks is to work on the next rank above you. So I just wanted to encourage you, as you see these big numbers and these big teams, to remember April started off right exactly where you are. So our next rank is 2-carat Diamond National Executive Director. April has 26 million in cap group volume. She has 1 Emerald National Executive Director and 3 National Executive Director legs. She now gets 1.75% on generations 1 through 5 after her 2 strongest legs. And I did not create the graphics for the 2-carat or the 3-carat diamonds because, to be honest, it would have taken me hours and hours to rearrange all those little dots. So I don't have those for you, but let's move on to the next rank and the very last rank, which is our 3-carat Diamond National Executive Director. April has 30 million in cap group volume, 1 Diamond National Executive Director, and 3 Sapphire National Executive Director legs. This is the very, very top of the Color Street compensation plan. You can see April now gets the width bonus of 2% on her generations 1 through 5 after her 2 strongest legs. So I hope that this was helpful for you to give you kind of an overview of the ranks and be able to break it down in a more visual way. I am so excited for this plan. It gives us ways to rank up more quickly, ways for our brand new stylists to rank up without needing a team. It is a much simpler plan. I know that's probably the last word you would use to describe it as you're coming to the end of this video, but this is so much easier to comprehend and much simpler than our old plan. I'm so grateful for the added income bonuses and width bonuses and other ways that we can make added income. So I hope that this was helpful for you. I hope that you were able to get at least a little bit of clarification on our new 2022 Color Street compensation plan.